Hi guys, Kirk and Jay here with Kirk, Giordano Plastering. What we're going to do today is show you how to do some repairs on a fireplace. Now, over the last 30 years, I've done at least 40 fireplaces, interior. How many have we got on video? This one. We didn't usually do videos way back then. Usually I work for about 20 to 30 contractors year-round, plus I've been licensed for close to 30 years, and people call me from, used to be the Yellow Pages, used to be newspapers, now it's online stuff. Anyhow, I want to show you a couple things. This is a limestone that the fella had put over. He took off, this is what he had, if you can zero in on that. He took off this brick here, and he hired a company to put on the limestone. And what we're going to do is repair the plaster around it. Now, in my time, I have stuccoed over cinder block fireplaces, brick fireplaces, rock, slate, even lava rock, where the lava rock is 6 inches out and it's odd. We just fill it, throw the stucco in, and then finally plaster it. You name it, we've done it. We've done it with lime plasters, colored finishes. I've done it with chimneys that are just wired, and we come in with Structolite as a base coat, and then we put a veneer plaster over it, such as Diamond or Keen's, whatever folks want. I've done them with sheetrock, where we do 3 coats of mud and give it a smooth finish. You name the material, I have done it. So I thought this would be a good example to explain a few things. Now guys, he's already had the limestone installed, and these folks did a real nice job. And what do we have here? We got a gap here, and we got a gap here, then we got another gap over here. Now, say for example, here, I can put a piece of sheetrock here, but the sheetrock we brought is 5/8. Because this is, these slats, the wood lath, timber lath is 3/8, and this is about 1/4. It was too full, so we're just going to go by hand and use a mesh. Can you use any kind of wire? Well, this is what I show you folks what to use. Now, if I use, say, big wire like this, then most of the plaster is just going to go right through it. So what we're going to use is a 3.4 mesh. Now, I'm going to cut this, put it on here, put it here, and on that side, and then we're just going to go ahead and plaster it up. It's a real simple technique. We're going to scratch it and brown it real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and cover this guy up. Jay's going to mix me up some plaster. When he gets it ready, he'll bring it up, and I'll show you how we just float this in real fast. All right, guys, we're at the fun part, the easy part for me, plastering this. Jay mixed me up some stiff mud. How stiff? That's stiff. I just put it on my hawk. Why is it so stiff? Because all I want to do is scratch this, guys. And by the way, if you guys are wondering what this color is, that is plaster weld. Why do I put plaster weld on the wood? I put plaster weld on the wood so that if the wood is, say, dusty, that this will adhere. We want this to adhere. We want it to mushroom right through the lath. I'm using the same lath these folks used 90 years ago. And it's just 3.4 diamond mesh. And that's what works. So I'll show you. This is just a scratch coat right here, guys. And I'm using a particular plaster, or actually this is a compound that I can put both coats on almost immediately. This is a 5-minute mud. Don't ever use a 5-minute mud, guys. Use a 20-minute or 60 or 90, depending on your skill level. Jay just mixed this, and I can see it's getting hard, but that's what I want. Again, this pink stuff here, simply weld creep, because if the surface is dusty, this won't adhere as well as I would like. So this is just a scratch coat. By the way, too, I asked the fellow here if he had insulation. He says, for what? And I said, well, I can put some insulation in the holes. The rest of the house isn't insulated, so he didn't bother. It kind of sounds like my own house. I did come across on a job not too long ago where the guy had newspaper in there, and I pulled it all out. He says, dude, what are you doing? That's to so the plaster will stop and you won't use so much plaster. I asked him, man, do you really want newspaper in your wall around a fireplace? That's kind of a common sense thing. So I pulled it out and said, dude, I'll push the plaster in there. That'll give you your insulation. And that's how plaster adheres anyway, guys, by mushrooming behind, say like this wood lath here, timber lath. It mushrooms behind it. Or you can use this 3.4. It mushrooms behind it. Another tip, guys, is put your tape and account for the amount of plaster. Like say, he had this box covered. He did me a big favor and covered the box, but the tape went over the box. So I pulled the tape off because when I'm done plastering, if I pull it, it'll pull the plaster off. Just like, say, at the top here. The tape was against the wall, but if I pull the tape, it'll pull the plaster. So I had to pull the tape back in order for the plaster to adhere. Anyhow, I'm going to leave you with that. Jay's going to mix me up the next coat because this is set. And that's exactly what I wanted. Good mud, Jay. All right, next time you see us, we'll be putting on the final coat. All right, guys, what we are doing now is the second coat. And can you do both coats back to back without a scratch coat? Yes, but I like doing it this way. It gives me more control, gives me the ability to fill that up so my second coat doesn't go all between the wire. Anyhow, what I'm doing now is applying my second coat, and notice that's pretty hard, guys. We just spread it about 10 minutes ago. So here's the second coat, then I'm going to do my texture. I've already done my sides. I'll tell you what, guys, give me 10 minutes. I don't want to bore you with the remaining portion of just feathering this out, and then I'll show you how we do the texture. Real simple texture too. Okay, guys, we're going to put a conclusion on this. Now that that second coat is set, what I'm doing here is I'm floating the wall. That just makes it smooth and pretty, matches what they have, gives me their bullnose corners here, one around the sides here, for the sake of showing you guys what to do, because I got a couple guys waiting on me to put this insert in. So anyhow, now that we've got those two coats, look at the texture. Can the camera even see that texture? It's a very, very light skip trowel. And all you got to do is put one little tiny bit, and then you can see it's kind of going sideways. And I'm going straight up. Why? Because now I'm going to take my trowel, take it this way, and it will give the appearance of a horizontal texture because I'm pulling that same texture horizontally. Anyway, there it is. My name is Kirk. I'm with Kirk Giordano Plastering. We thank you for watching, and as usual, guys, we'll see you on the next one.